Cycling is more popular than ever before. It's healthy, it's cheap, and at rush hour, it's often quicker than driving. So it's no surprise that more and more people are choosing to cycle to work. In the UK, over 750,000 people now commute to work by bike. This is a 17% increase in the last decade. But Britain is still behind many other countries. In the UK, only 2% of journeys are made by bike, whereas in Holland, this figure is 27%, in Denmark, 19%, and in Germany, it's 10%. So more British people need to be encouraged to get in the saddle. This is where initiatives like PleaseCycle come in. Ry Morgan is the co-founder of PleaseCycle.
PleaseCycle is a product which gets more people cycling more often. So essentially we create software that employers use to encourage their workforce to cycle to work more frequently.
The benefits of cycling to work more frequently are clear. If employees cycle, they'll take fewer sick days, be less stressed, and work more productively. It's good for the environment too. Cycling is 70 times more energy efficient than driving, and every short trip taken by bike rather than car can save 2 kilograms of carbon. But what does PleaseCycle offer that encourages workers to cycle?
We have something called a Cycle Hub, which is an online client-branded portal of everything someone would need to cycle to work. So there's route planners for planning safe routes, there's educational content for newcomers to learn about cycling, and most importantly, we allow the users to log their trips day by day. So we have a smartphone app and an online website where they can track their personal stats, how many journeys they've made, how many calories they've burnt, how much carbon they've offset. And then we instill gamification, which is essentially leaderboards, incentives, and rewards. So they can compete against colleagues in the workplace for workplace supremacy, who's the top cyclist.
The competition among employees in the workplace has been very successful. On top of this, PleaseCycle also rewards employees for cycling through their Bike Miles program.
Bike Miles is our currency for our platform. So when someone cycles, they get 1 bike mile for 1 mile. And the easiest way of explaining that is a bit like an air miles for bikes. So as you cycle, you get more bike miles, and you can then use them to get great offers and deals and discounts at high street retailers. So you might get money off your shopping, you might get money off your clothes or free cinema tickets, or in some instances, you can even give donations to charity for the miles you've accrued. People log their trips on the online portal or on our mobile app, and from there they rack up the bike miles and then can spend them as they wish.
So, has the initiative been successful?
Business has responded extremely well. One such example of a client is Aegis Media. They're the world's 3rd largest media umbrella behind WPP and Omnicom. We put the Cycle Hub into their London offices, and in 1 month, they had 5% of their workforce using the product, which is quite a high amount of cyclists ratio-wise in a company. They cycled 6 lengths of Britain collectively. They burnt 250,000 calories, which is 350 hamburgers, and they offset carbon, which is the equivalent to an individual flying from London to Paris and back 6 times. And that was 1 office in 1 month. And they're now rolling the product out to 10 offices around the world this summer. And for me, that's where it gets really exciting, because then not only do you have employees competing in one office, but you have offices competing against other offices.
Some people, however, are reluctant to start cycling because they believe it's too dangerous. But Ry Morgan says people can avoid busy roads if they plan their routes in advance. And PleaseCycle's route planner is one of its most popular features.
So one of the main barriers is that people perceive that they might have to travel on really dangerous main roads. But in actual fact, there's a ton of bike paths around the UK, and we build that into our mapping system so they can see there are a much bigger variety of routes that they could and might take to the office, which helps decrease the barrier in their mind of taking the bike to work.
So what does the future hold for PleaseCycle?
Over the next 12 months, it's going to be a really exciting growth period for PleaseCycle. Not only are we spreading the product to operate worldwide, but we're also launching an entirely new sister brand called Stravel, so sustainable travel. That is going to allow users to log walking and running miles as well as cycling. So it opens up an entirely new demographic for our user base. That has been several months in the making, and we're launching it in May 2013. And it was at the request of clients. So hopefully with this new offering, which caters for runners and walkers as well, it will not only see our revenues go up, but our user base and client interest as well.
Cycling may not be as popular in the UK as it is in other European countries. But if more UK businesses encourage their employees to cycle to work through schemes like PleaseCycle, it could easily become most people's first choice commute.